Okay, good day, everybody. Today we'll be looking into the extended writing introductory lesson. See, yesterday we did guided writing, okay? And I was supposed to give you some examples of guided writing questions as well as um, the sample answers, okay? I will do it next week, okay? Next week you'll be seeing probably 3 extended writing questions as well as the simple answers, because the methodology, the idea, and the primary concept of introductory lesson for extended writing and guided writing, they're more or less very, very similar. Okay, so today's lesson would be quite brief. Now, see, we'll go by the same way: type, challenges, and tips. Okay, now there are 4 types, and these are the 4 conclusive types. You will not be tested with any other type of essays. It is either going to be an article, review, report, story. That's it. Okay, if you were to compare your paper to the previous years, we had article, we had formal letter, we had informal letter, we had report, and we also had speech. Okay, that is for directed writing. Okay, that is for directed writing. After that, we had continuous writing. We'll have 5 questions, and it will be based on a descriptive, essay, or narrative, or argumentative or factual, or it will be a combination of either a descriptive and a narrative, or a descriptive and factual. Okay, so the questions, in terms of the questions, and the word limit, of course, was a lot longer. You were required to write longer essays. Now the length is shortened, but the challenge is you should be able to write an effective piece of writing. That is the true challenge, because some people can write 700 words of nonsense. Okay, but for you, we only have these 4, and these are relevant and revised, isn't it? We don't bother writing informal letters anymore. We don't bother writing formal letters anymore. We write emails. Okay, we apply anything through emails and all. We correspond through online means. We don't write letters anymore. So these are the 4 types of essays which you'll be tested with: article, review, whereby you either review a place, review food, review whatever. We'll go into the details of this in the week to come. Okay, and story, report, story. The word limit is 200 to 250 words. Okay, question is, can you write longer than that? By all means, you can. You definitely can. No one can stop you. All right, no one can stop you. Now, challenges. What are the challenges? Meet the requirement of the task. You need to meet the requirement of the task. Memenuhi kehendak soalan. The language proficiency is prioritized. The proficiency of the language, of your language, is prioritized. The idea, well planned, and there has to be a balance between the manner, style, and grammar. Grammar, no compromises, as you all know. Should you make a grammatical mistake, then you would lose marks. Okay, that would affect your marks in terms of language. Now, manner and style. There is a separate manner and style with which you present a story, or a report, or a review, or an article. Now, which of these 4 essays, or which of these 4 genres or types would be opinionated? Can someone tell me which will be entirely opinionated? Hello? Can someone tell me which of the 4 essays would be entirely opinionated, where only your opinion matters? Is it an article, or is it a review, or is it a report or a story?
Review.
Yes, A review. Okay. Okay. Now, where or in which essay or which type would require you to be very responsible in presenting? Requires a lot of responsibility for the authenticity. Which one?
Report.
Excellent. Report. Which would require you to present in an informative way, very informative.
Article.
Article, definitely. And which would require your imagination?
Story.
Story.
Story. So now you will have an idea of different manners and styles as you approach different types of essays. Okay, now for the tips. Read the questions carefully. Choose the questions that you know the most. Okay, you have three, you see, you are given three options. So every year there are three questions. So you can choose one from those three questions. So it could be either be an article review report, or review report story, or report story article, yeah, or article review report. It could be anything. Okay. When you are to write something, you need to first check which question do you know the most, rather than which you are comfortable writing. Because as you are comfortable writing, you would embark on a journey of writing. As you start writing, and then you eventually run out of ideas because you wouldn't know. Okay, so that one you've got to be very particular. Okay, so you always need to choose something that you know the most, and you must also remember that you will have to have a draft of what you've got to write. It has to be well planned. Now then you move on to the next phase, whereby you identify the format of the essay you choose. You need to be certain about it. If it is going to be an article, there has to be a title and by your name. Okay. If it is going to be a review, then you need to abide by the decorum or the order of a report. Okay. If it is, a review. If it is going to be a report, reported to, reported by, and what is the gist of the report? Okay. Has to be presented. And story, of course, you don't have any format for that. Okay. Now, identify the format of the essay that you choose, and then analyze the requirements of the questions. What are the requirements of the questions? What does the question require? Okay. And then you develop the body of content. Okay. You have to have a clear distinction, a clear idea of what you've got to write from the beginning right up to the end. All right, now, components of a good essay. I would always fall back on this. Just imagine a human, okay? Vocabulary is the skin. Grammar is the backbone. It's the bone system, okay? And sentence structure would be the flesh, okay? And then eventually you have maturity in thoughts and ideas. That's your brain to think. Okay. So these are the components of a good essay. All right. Now let's move on to every single detail. Now, when we talk about grammar and vocabulary, there are two things that you need to be mindful about. You see, I can give categorical ideas of what grammatical components are. You can say 8 parts of speech, 15 tenses, and subject. But what is more important is when you put those structural rules into your writing, you tend to make a lot of mistakes in terms of subject-verb agreement. I go, she goes, he goes, they go, we go. I am going, she is going, we are going, they are going. If it's in the past, I was, you were, they were, she was, it was. These kind of grammatical rules are often overlooked because as you are too engrossed with your writing, you tend to overlook these fundamental rules. That is one problem. And another problem with vocabulary is contextually accurate vocabulary. You see, for English or any other language for that matter, we have general meanings, and more importantly, we have contextual meanings. So you need to make sure that a particular word that you would like to use in a situation has to be contextually not just correct, but accurate. You can't take every other word out of context and just throw it like one word fit into all positions. No, it would sometimes be very funny, laughable, you know. Okay, so be very mindful about that. Now, this is the first element. Next, sentence structure. It has to be, there should be a varied sentence structure. Okay, a sentence structure that abides by the decorum of the essay. Now, this is more specific. If it is going to be a story, even one single word could make a significant impact to your story. Sometimes you need to write a compound, complex sentence whereby it can be quite long. Sometimes it has to be a complex sentence. Sometimes it has to be a compound sentence. Sometimes it has to be in a passive manner. Sometimes it has to be in the active manner. And a varied sentence structure would probably speak about your maturity in the way you write. Okay, and one more thing. If it is going to be an article, it has to be very direct. If it is going to be a report, it cannot have lies, in the sense that the report is presented in an accurate manner. If it is going to be story, it can be very flowery, it can be very expressive, it can speak of feelings, it can be very descriptive. Okay, so it all, if it's going to be review, you can put your opinion in a very strong manner, because that's where you throw your opinion. It can be very opinionated, and your opinion may not be the gospel truth, but it can be strong enough to convince others. And even if others are not convinced, it can still be your stand. Okay. Now, maturity in thoughts and ideas. This is very, very important. Ideas developed are mature and up to the mark. Content development is explained without veils of ambiguity. Ideas are developed with precision, well confined within parameter of the question. Now, the ideas developed will have to speak of your standard, which is of a 17-year-old kid, a 17-year-old student. You can't write it like a 10-year-old, and that is often shown or often exhibited through the maturity of your ideas and thoughts, you know. And another thing, content development is explained without veils of ambiguity. You cannot put any ideas into gray areas, you know, where it is not clear. The ones who is, you see, you can use complex ideas, you can talk about very complicated matters, but it has to be delivered without veils of ambiguity. You can't layer them. You can't layer the ideas to the extent where we do not understand. You can't, no, you cannot. Especially for fact-based essays. All right. And then ideas are developed with precision. Ideas are precised. Your ideas are precised. Okay. And most importantly, your ideas are well confined within the parameter of the question. Okay, what are the requirements of the question? That is where, or that is the limit of your idea. Okay, all right. Now, marking mechanism, as all of you do know this. Okay, I have just summarized the gist of it. Okay, For the content, ultimately, for this particular part, it is the fulfillment of the task and meeting the purpose of the question. If you are to write an article about something, by the end of your article, that has to be delivered. If your story is about a lesson learned the hard way, there should be a hard way through which a lesson is learned. If your essay is about a review of a restaurant, you should speak about the restaurant. It can be in a good way and a bad way. You can't talk about the car park that is that belongs to the restaurant. That cannot be the main idea. If it is about a restaurant, it has to focus on a restaurant, not on the road that takes you to the restaurant. You know what I mean? The purpose is met. Okay. Now, communicative achievement, you are able to communicate, convey the target group, in your case, the examiners, without any ambiguity. So whatever you wished to communicate is achieved. And then we have organization, whereby the ideas, the points, as well as the sequences are logically arranged and well linked. So the sequence are logically arranged. When we talk about logical arrangement, let's say you're going to discuss about the importance of something. It has to follow the order of priority. Let's say you're going to talk about the role of, okay, for example, the role of a personal development of a teenager. You can't give social media as the first point and parents brought up as the last point. It doesn't work that way. The first one should be at the first position, followed by the lesser important ones. Okay, so they have to be logically arranged. The logical arrangement shows your maturity, and they are all well linked. And for that, we have cohesive devices and we have sequence connectors. Okay, now, and lastly, for language, there should be a fair balance between grammar and vocabulary. The language is relevant to the context. You understand? If it is an article, it has to be relevant. Your language, the language that you use, has to be relevant to the context. And if you are someone who is very expressive, like me, I would enjoy writing stories way much better. Okay? And the candidate is well represented, because remember, at the end of the day, what represents your reputation or the credibility of your essay is your essay. So you must make sure that you are well represented. How? By producing a very good piece of essay. And remember, as much as I emphasize on this, I'm giving a lot of ideas for this, because this is where you can really write. The mark is only 20. It is as important. So short communicative message is as important as this. They all carry 20 marks. So the division of mark is quite fair. Marks is quite fair. However, if you are someone who would prefer to write, this is where you show your flag. You exhibit your flag. Now, vocabulary, all right, there are 5 words: jettison, to throw away; jaded, bored or apathetic after experiencing too much of something; jaunt, a journey taken for pleasure; jaunty, having a cheerful, lively and self-confident air; jejune, lacking interest or significance or impact. Okay, now that is all for today. It's a very brief lesson because it's an introductory lesson. In the coming days,